Welcome, everyone. We are here today with Tracy Carden-Mason from Avon. Tracy, now her expertise is in basket making and events and flea markets, which you can see she's at right now. Now, Tracy, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm a mother of 8 beautiful daughters, one of which is adopted, and I have a wonderful fiance. And I enjoy making baskets. Not only is it stress relieving, but it makes me money. So I do that, and I have a team with Avon, and I enjoy reading. And my youngest two daughters play basketball, so I'm a basketball mom 6 days a week.
Wow, I love that. First of all, I've always felt like basket making is like you're getting paid to do arts and crafts. So that's fun. But I love hearing the story because, some people are full-time workers and other people are stay-at-home moms. So to hear how someone with eight children can work this all in, be a basketball mom 6 days a week, and make a direct sales business work, that's really great. Actually, before we even get into the basket making, can you share a little bit about how you make it work with 8 kids and 6 nights of basketball and a flea market and basket making? Like, what tips do you have for juggling all that?
Well, it's really about time management and having a good support system. My fiance, a lot of days, especially during the holiday seasons when baskets are very busy, he tends to do a lot of the cooking and the housework and such. But he takes the kids back and forth to school, and I sometimes stay up for 24 hours making baskets. And it's really fun. It's really relaxing. I usually just turn on YouTube and blare a bunch of music and listen to my old school jams and just, listen to music, and it motivates me to make baskets. But I really enjoy the smiles on people's faces, so that motivates me as well. But I just, everywhere I go, I take Avon with me. So I take Avon to basketball, and I pass out brochures at basketball games and things like that. And then I'm at the flea market 3 days a week. So that's, 20 hours a week. I do offer my customers from the flea market no sales tax and shipping if they pick up from the flea market. Since I'm already here 20 hours, I don't have to do deliveries. They just pick up from me, and it saves them that little bit. And then the ones I do deliver, I still charge the sales tax and the shipping. So that way it kind of works itself out in the end.
That's awesome. No, I love hearing that. And I think there's something that people don't quite, maybe if they hadn't thought it through, like, yeah, you might be spending a lot of intense time working on the baskets, but you're at home.
Yes.
So if you need to change over the laundry in between, after 3 or 4 baskets or something like that, it's, yeah, you're working a lot of hours. But and then anyone who's an entrepreneur knows there's heavy times and light times and all this and that. Now, as for the basket making part, I know, some people are crafty, some aren't, but the ones that really want to do it, the big question is that just seems to stump everyone is, how do you price a basket? Can you tell us how you price yours?
Yes. I take the retail price in the brochure at the time that I purchase the products. And then I take all my costs involved, whether it's the basket, the shrink wrap, the bow, any of the little extras like candles or flowers, candy at Easter time, any of the themed products I use for the kids as Easter baskets. I take all of that and I add it all together. And then depending on the size of the basket, and it also goes too according to your area in which you live. Some places, California, you could charge a little bit more for a basket than I would in Ohio, just because the cost of living is higher and they expect to pay higher prices. But usually I just charge like anywhere from $5 to $10 additional for the basket, depending on the size. If it's a small basket, it only takes me 15 minutes. I'll charge $5 for labor. If it's a large basket and it took me close to an hour to make, then I might charge 10 to 15, depending on if it was a custom basket or just a basket I'm making to sell out in public. If it's a custom basket, you can usually add a few more dollars.
Okay, so I just want to make sure I've got this straight. So you charge the price you paid for the products. Now, people who aren't familiar with Avon, there's like full pricing, and then sometimes they put stuff on sale. So you're saying whether it was full price or whether it was on sale, you charge the price that it was at the time you bought it,
Correct.
plus the price of ribbons and baskets and all those little things, plus the $5 or $10.
Yes.
So the cost of the stuff, the cost of the cutesy stuff, and the cost of your time. Okay.
Yep. Yeah. And then you usually add a couple dollars just so that when you have somebody come up to you and say, well, I need 3 baskets, you can offer a discount because they're buying multiple baskets.
I think I remember that from the interview we did that went into the book. You had like a $3 thing, so you can get a discount if you want. So it's actually almost 4. It's the price of the products, the price of the cutesy stuff, the time, and then the buffer money. So yeah, perfect. Now, what kinds of not to make you go away from the camera necessarily, but do you have any baskets there you can show? Or I see one right behind you.
Yes. There's one right here that I have to shrink wrap this one yet. You see it?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There you go. Now, what's that thing in the middle?
This?
The box. Uh-huh.
This is a box of chocolates from a chocolatier called Susan L's.
Oh, fun.
She's local in our neighborhood, and she's like #1 in Ohio. I'm sure probably right up there with Mally's chocolate. And that's just a box of chocolates. These are actually custom order baskets. I made one sugar-free chocolates and the other one's just regular. I have to shrink wrap them yet today.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, and we can even see some behind you over to the side. So you make some really nice big ones. Now, is that just because it's Easter, or do you have little ones at other times, or?
I make all different size baskets all year round. I usually keep 15 to 20 baskets done at all times because I have regular customers that call me last minute and say, I have a birthday party I need to go to. It's for a child, a woman, a man, and they need something available all the time. So I always keep them available.
Okay, that's great. Now, what are the best ways? Because like you said, now some people might call you and ask you, or you've got them displayed there at your flea market. What are the different ways people could promote them? They might, go home, make 3 or 4 baskets, and they're like, okay, now what?
Well, I take them everywhere with me. I take them with me on deliveries for my regular customers, as well as when I go into the store to buy products, I'll actually put them in the baby seat and take them into the store with me. You may get away with it, you may not. I had Walmart people ask me, but I sold them by the time I left Walmart, 2 of them. And then I also post all of them on Facebook. I have a business page on Facebook that you can check out all my baskets. I actually was just recently, I shipped a basket to Georgia because a lady had Googled Curious George Easter baskets. And I had posted one on Pinterest 2 years ago, and it was #3 in the Google search. And so I made a $45 custom basket that she spent $30 to have shipped to Georgia. And she should be getting it today.
Wow. So you take it into Walmart, you take it into Michael's, you put them on Pinterest, you put them on Facebook, you have them at the flea market, you carry them when you deliver orders. That's and what a big add-on. Even if it's a $10 basket or a $30 basket, that's one way people could really build their business. Now, one thing we talk about in the book, and I know that you do as well, because a lot of times baskets are gifts. So like if they're giving the gift basket to their sister, what things do you do, tricks and tips to turn that sister into a customer, even though you never met her? How do you turn a basket into repeat sales and upsales?
I put a business card in all of my adult baskets. I don't usually do it in my children's baskets, but I usually include a brochure with the customer. I say, here, give this to the mom. If it's somebody like a grandma that's buying it for a grandchild, here, give this to your daughter or son, so that they can see who made the basket. A lot of times my customers will take a business card and take a couple extras, and I tell them if they refer somebody, I give them a discount. If they refer multiple people, I'll give them a small basket for free. And I also have people in the community, business partners that I've met that have brick and mortar stores, a lot of the little cell phone stores. I've made friends with them, and they feature my baskets as well.
Oh, great. That's another outlet. That's perfect. Now, do you have anything else you want to add about baskets before we transition to the next topic?
No, go ahead.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Because I know there's more, you said more, and that's in the book, but this is the fun video part. Now, just before we start recording, because either I had forgotten or I didn't even know that you had a flea market store, like a little mini retail store there. But something you mentioned before we even started recording was that you used to do a lot of events and then you transitioned to this. So can you kind of tell us the whole how that all happened?
Well, it got to the point where I was doing anywhere from 12 to 15 events every every month. And at Christmas time, I was never home because I was always at events. And I have some medical issues, and so lifting is becoming a problem with carrying all the cash you carry in, your tables, your chairs, setting up. And so, needless to say, when I'm having to carry things in and out and set up and tear down, and you're doing it 2 and 3 and 4 days a week, it just became too much. And then there's not always the possibilities of making money at these events. So, with that being said, I just figured I would rather have one stationary place where I'm at 3 days a week. People come to me, it's a known location that people love going to flea markets, and I wanted to try this out for 6 months to see if the money was going to be comparable, better, less, and then in 6 months I'll decide if I'm going to stay full-time at the flea market or if I'm going to still do some extra shows. I am going to keep some of my big shows that I've done for the last 8 years, but other than that, I'm not picking up any more shows because by word of mouth and by being at a lot of shows, I have people that request me. And when I say I can't do it, but I have a team member that can do it, they'll take my team member, but they prefer that I'm there because they like my displays, they like my baskets. And so I'm kind of in demand when it comes to craft shows. And I can't say no. So I got to where I was doing so many that I was just wearing myself out.
And I appreciate you sharing that, and you don't even have to tell us what, but that, there's a physical limitations because there's a lot of people that, for this reason or that can't, work a full-time job. So because of this, there's people that can't drive or get out of the house. So, even if you have a physical limitations that you can do a business. And so that's really awesome. Oh, I love your 9-year-old daughter. You told me she helps you out at the flea market. That's super awesome. Now, one thing, a lot of questions like that people really want to know about, how much does the booth cost?
Um,
If you
well,
can
I
tell us.
get a good deal. I'm spending less than 200, but I have also referred somebody to be here, as well as he makes it to where if you pay by the month, you actually pay for 3 weeks and you get the fourth week free.
Okay, that's amazing. Now, okay, I'm going to be honest. I've never been to a flea market in my life, although I know some people go all the time. So there are other people who've never been to one and are interested and want to know more. So you could pay weekly, but if you pay by the month, you get a break. Um, how how often? I think there are flea markets. I've heard of some that are open 7 days a week. How often is this one open?
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Okay, so you've got like a 3-day weekend. That's great, and so that's like $50 a week. That's awesome. That's really awesome. And then so you don't have the. So I know your daughter's trying to sell. Is it okay? I know you don't have the setup and tear down. So like you get to leave that there all week.
Yeah, I do. And then I have access to come in. The owner of the flea market is actually here. Monday is his only close day. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, he has office hours. I got to
No, no, no,
deliver
no,
this.
no. You're totally fine. We'll give you a second. Here, I'll pause. Okay, awesome. That's so great. It's perfect timing. Someone was picking up a big basket. That's great. Now, let's see here. So, and you don't have to tell much how much you're selling, but is it working out for you even in your first month?
Yes, I have. I've increased my sales. I'm number 7 in the district right now for sales increase for the year.
Wow, that's amazing. That's so awesome. And you get to leave everything there and the rent's reasonable. I mean, it seems like a really good idea. Is there any tips or hints you can, someone that's thinking of getting into flea markets, is there any tips you can give people on that kind of thing?
Well, I think your display has a lot to do with it. And I think the reason I've done so well, one, because we sell a wonderful product, but not only that, I do make baskets and they're not used to the Avon lady having baskets. I have so many people come up to my displays and they're like, "Oh, is this Avon?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "I have never seen, an Avon lady have all these baskets." And I said, "Well, that's how I promote my Avon is, I make custom gifts with Avon, and I'm able to display it a different way than what everybody's used to seeing. So, not everybody thinks to give an Easter basket for a kid with our Naturals Kids products in it." And so that's how I'm able to, be the, I don't want to say better than an Avon rep because we're all great, but we all have our niche in what we do, and this is my niche.
And that's something that I talk about even in the book, because there's so many ways for people to build the business. I mean, there's so many different ways. And what I have found in talking to all the different experts is the method that you have a passion for is the one that's going to work for you, because then you work at it and you put more effort into it and you enjoy it so much, and it shows and people feel your passion. So it's funny because well, if you talk to all the other experts, it's funny because they're like, "No, this is the way to make the money." and so the thing is that some people are going to watch and be like, "Oh my God, that I could do what she's doing." So that's really great. Now I know that
My sales 1 year from President's Club to Honor Society just with baskets.
so a $10,000 increase just with baskets.
Yes.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Now I know you've got the great sales, but then you also do team building. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yes, I was getting ready to say a unit leader, but we are now the Silver Ambassador. And that is my title with Avon currently, and I'm working towards Gold Ambassador. I have a team of approximately 17 right now. I do have 3 generations. And I offer team meetings on a regular basis. And then I also mentor via Facebook. I use Zoom.com as well for using team meetings for when the weather is bad and things like that. I have a lot of representatives. I only have about 5 active reps that are in my local area, and all the rest of them are in different parts. I live in the Lorain County area, and I have people in Sandusky. I have people in Cleveland. I have people in Akron. I used to have somebody in Columbus. I do have someone in Southern Ohio. But so I have team members all across Ohio.
So you're set up and already supporting people who aren't close by. So they could be from Florida and you'd be there to support them. And I know you have you've got the, what's the name of your Facebook group for baskets?
Avon Basket Cases Group.
Avon Basket Cases, perfect. And then you have a YouTube channel. And what's your handle on YouTube?
It's just Tracy Carden-Mason.
Tracy Carden-Mason, perfect. And you've got bunches, like 20 videos on basket making. And then do you have a Facebook group just for your team?
Yes, it's Team Spirit.
Okay, but then so then there's one where they can ask questions,
Right.
just to you and just to the team. That's great. Well, you've got all kinds of support, different ways that people could reach out to you, and that's amazing. Is there anything else that you wanted to add or say?
No, I think we covered it all. Just thank you for putting me in your book.
We covered a lot, just for fun, because people are like, "Oh my God, they're going to show the, the flea market." Could you take a minute and just kind of give a little tour?
Okay. Is there a way I can turn the camera around, do you know?
I think maybe.
My back wall here. I don't know how fast I'm going, if it will, can you see it pretty well?
Yeah, you're doing good.
Okay. And then I also make liquor bottle lamps, but there's my men's display right there. My little itty bitty wanted to be in it. Move out the way now. Here's one of my displays, and I'll walk out here and show you. This is a glass case that is there. And then here's my Skin So Soft. And this is the way it looks from the outside. And then here's like my lotions and body powders and stuff for fragrance, and then deodorants and kids and bubble bath. And then my lady's fragrance is right here in the display case.
Okay, yeah. I mean, you got a lot of product in there. And it's just like a store, and I can even see the store behind you. I mean, it looks like a high-end area. I don't know why when I think of flea markets, I think of, outside and dust and stuff like that. So I probably because I've never been to one, so I don't know what to look at.
Show you how close I am to the door.
That's
I have
great.
a spot next, like 50 feet from the door, not even 50 feet.
That's great. So they see either coming or going. That's awesome. That's awesome. Tracy, I want to thank you so much for your time today. I know you're a busy mom and worker and you have a store you're running. So thank you so much for your time and sharing your expertise with everybody.
Thank you. Have a great day.